Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and the big question today is, will YouTube start a massive censorship campaign based on this new official policy of the World Health Organization, who was put in charge of everything, quote unquote, medical misinformation during the COVID 1984 era, and not only demonetize a massive amount of channels, but censor videos and eradicate any discussion of what biological sex means in this country and around the world. Because the new policy of the United Nations, folks, I want to make this very clear, is that sex is not limited to male or female. And this is on their official site. I want to make it very clear. They discuss this in quote-unquote non-binary terms. In fact, we're going to zoom right in here before we really kick into the video and just read this subsection. Because now if you don't adhere to this globalist ideology based on the World Health Organization on the road to a very real new world order transhumanist agenda, you're a bigot and you're out. You're gone. It's over. The review and update process will build on the extensive work already featured in the manual, and it will focus on updating key concepts about gender. So now the ideology surrounding sex and gender is fluid. It's all fluid, because when you get down to it, when they tell you about non-binary zeros and ones, right? What is that really all about? It is about the dehumanization of our species and the massive lie that we are somehow zeros and ones, computer codes at the mercy of everything science, and that we can transcend our biology and become whatever we want, whenever we want, because reality no longer pertains to this planet and the policies that are enforced by big tech on behalf of the military-industrial complex. Highlighting and expanding on the concept of intersectionality, which looks at how gender power dynamics interact with other hierarchies of privilege or disadvantage, resulting in inequality and differential health outcomes for different people. What is this insanity? So again, now this is all becoming about diversity and intersectionality. It's not about biology. It's not about reality. And that's not what YouTube is anyway. We know this. Intersecting factors include sex, ethnicity, race, age, class, socioeconomic status, religion, language, geographical location, disability status, migration status, gender identity, and expression. So now, again, according to the World Health Organization, forget about it. Gender dysphoria no longer exists. And you know, there are a lot of very popular people on YouTube that still play into this left-right paradigm. I know a lot of the conservatives, they went over to Rumble. Listen, there's a lot of people out there that are still talking in the reality zone of biological sex. Now, it's not a focus on this channel other than the fact that I believe that this, transgender movement is really about transhumanism, okay? Sexual orientation and political situation. Oh, political situations. Why is the World Health Organization getting involved in political situations? Because that's all they are. That's all they are. So here it is right here. Going beyond non-binary approaches to gender and health to recognize gender and sexual diversity, or the concepts that gender identity exists on a continuum and that sex is not limited to male or female. We're going to read 4 as well. Introducing new gender, equity, and human rights frameworks and tools to further support capacity building around these concepts and integration of their approaches in the work of the WHO. What they are telling you is you are no longer able to recognize that a man is a man, a woman is a woman, a boy is a boy, and a girl is a girl. That's not going to be allowed. In fact, I wonder if I get booted from this for daring to report on these facts. Because, you know, one of the huge lies they put out there, we enforce our policies equally for everyone. YouTube removes January 6th committee hearing video. That's bullshit. That's Johnny nonsense. Time and time again, I have shown, Ford Fisher's a great example. Ford Fisher, who does not really take a political stance in most cases, is really there to catch things raw, sold his footage to an outlet. They aired the same thing Ford Fisher did. He licensed it to them. Ford Fisher got a strike. They didn't. He had to fight that. So don't believe the lies. They're liars. YouTube, you know you're lying. In fact, it's time. I need a lawyer. We need to start taking them to court like Alex Berenson did, okay? Because their policies are total and complete Johnny nonsense and would not hold up in a court of law. All right, forget about technopolies or monopolies. I want to show you this. My channel's been demonetized now for years, almost 3. And the excuse is that I have harmful content on my channel because the content focuses on controversial issues, and that is harmful to viewers. That's their whole reasoning. They can't point to where I'm wrong or putting out disinformation or misinformation in reality. Just what goes against what? The World Health Organization. The World Health Organization. And by the way, guys, thumbs this up, subscribe, and share. And if this is where they take me down to Chinatown on YouTube, okay, what I need you to do is get off the YouTube, come over to the Rockfin, listen on the Podbean, and start to rumble. I could also use you to buy me a coffee. $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. It keeps this going, okay? Ron Johnson, remember this, a senator, one of the better people during the COVID-19 84 nightmare, along with Rand Paul, constantly being censored, constantly being suspended. And remember, that was during pandemia. But now the issue is gender, and the WHO is that authoritative source that YouTube relies on. Bongino got suspended. These guys are milk toast, man. All right? Which one's this? Come on. This is over. Oh, these were city council videos over misinformation, okay? Facebook, you take down Bolsonaro videos. You know, you can be a head of state. You can be within the government. You can be a medical doctor. You can be a representative of the people. You can have the factual information in your hand, and if you're not an authoritative source, they censor you. And now, again, with the WHO basically saying we're going to have as many genders as we want. We're riding the imagination land train. If you want to identify as a, I don't know, let's say a South American dog-faced pony soldier, okay, with, let's see, Mediterranean leanings, riding a unicorn throughout time and space into the continuum of a black hole. I guess you can do that. Why not, right? It's very expansive. They've got great policies. YouTube expands health labels for more regions. This has just happened in March of this year to combat the spread of misinformation. And again, this is why it's not just COVID-19 84 anymore. Okay? And it's the World Health Organization, and it's health issues. And, you know, let's show people this, not only just the thumbnail here of the censorship. We're going to take this down. I want people to understand it is health for peace and peace for health. And that's what they did this year. Okay? Just like Media Matters, again, wants you to be censored, wants YouTube to do more censorship when you dare talk about the treaties as conspiracy theories. You know, the things that we wrote that gave a whole bunch more power to the World Health Organization. All right? They run a piece where now, again, this is people were laughing at me and didn't believe me when I said that this is a transgendered, it's no longer Mother Earth that they're representing in this video. Do you notice the mustache? Okay, do you notice the mustache? They put it as kind of a shadow, but it's really a mustache on Mother Earth with the peace dove. Okay, and the little heart and the bicycle and the windmills. Because it's about climate. Health for peace and peace for health. We've always been at war with Eurasia. And that health now, I want to reiterate it again, has to do with gender and sexual diversity. This is the new world order, and we are living in it now. So, folks, share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tell people about this information. Try to expand upon this idea that this isn't a left or right issue. This is a human issue. And what it really leads to is the acceptance of the modification genomically, okay, and electronically of our very minds, bodies, and souls. And that is not a left-right issue for me and never, ever, ever will be. Guys, you know the drill. The links are down below to support me. So are the other outlets. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip.